God damn it. Those schools are gonna be the end of me. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Black Speech Srolls, where we take a look at the novels written down in the last 2 decades to see if we have truly reached a creative dead end. Today we're taking a look at Hard Magic by Larry Correia. It's set in an alternate history version of the 1930s, where people started manifesting seemingly magical abilities in the mid-1800s. Enter Jake Sullivan, a former convict and World War I veteran. You see, Jake nowadays works as both a private eye and J. Edgar Hoover's personal secret weapon against homicidal magicals. Well, the big reason for this mostly has to do with that these abilities can be quite frightening. And at the end of the day, sometimes I wonder why Jake's old ability of manipulating the pull of gravity is so misunderstood, because they actually think that this can only be used for laborers and dock workers, when in reality those abilities can be incredibly frightening in the wrong, or sometimes Jake's relatively right hands. Shoot him! Get out of there! Sheesh, that's a nasty way to go. Anyway, Jake is doing a job for Hoover and the Bureau of Investigation. And naturally he runs into the Grim Noir, to hell with it. A secret society of vigilante-like magicals who, for some reason or another, prefer to use their abilities to benefit all of mankind. As it turns out, they have been on a secret war with the Japanese Imperium, which is basically the Empire of Japan of the 40s multiplied by a factor of 10. Interestingly, this could have easily gone into Yellow Peril territory, but the author cleverly avoids that by pointing out that the main antagonist and his followers are responsible for turning Japan into a fascist hellhole. And that, well, there is a percentage of the Japanese populace that doesn't agree with this sort of nonsense. And finally, that the Imperium reveres strength above all else, which means that they are willing to take in Westerners if they are proven to be useful enough for their needs. But while it's 60% action, it's really well-written action that will engross adrenaline junkies everywhere. I will admit, this isn't a masterpiece, but it's not meant to be. The author himself said that he writes pulp, and this is exactly what it is. A piece of pulpy insanity for all of us to enjoy. Now, to anyone that is a fan of diesel punk and world building, you will also enjoy this thoroughly. I can guarantee you that. Now, I'll admit, I decided to review this one mostly because it's the weakest of the Grimoire Chronicles series. But even then, this is quite the entertaining read. Hell, I recommend this to pretty much anyone that likes explosions, like I mentioned before. But, well, this this isn't a show about the decent writing. This is a show about the bad books. The kind of stuff that it's painful to even read. The kind of stuff that you take on the synopsis and you swear that you're going blind. Now, I will remind you about everything, and you will take notice. This has been The Marathon, signing off.